Hello and welcome to yet another 2 Minute Tuesday. This week we're going to be talking about a subject that is becoming more and more popular, which is the usage of the app designer to creating custom apps. Now, when you're creating security roles, typically what you do is you start from an existing security role and you copy that into another one, which then you can edit to find the role that you want. We talked about this, for example, on CRM MVP podcast episode number 19, and it's very common, again, to do this in Dynamics. We do that with views, for example, where you can save a view as another view and then tweak that. So in a lot of cases, it makes more sense to leverage something you already have rather than creating something from scratch. When you create apps with the app designer, this condition also applies. You may not want to create an app from scratch, from zero. So we might want to use another app that we have in the system to create our app. So in this case, we're going to navigate into settings and click on My Apps. So here we're going to see all of the apps that are installed in the system. All of these are the ones that come with the trial when you check on all the boxes, essentially. So every time I create a trial, I say I want all of the apps: sales, customer service, field service, project service. I want everything. So that's why I have all these apps in here. But once again, it is always good to create an app, because when you look at the content of the app, when you open the app in the app designer, you can see that all of the information, all of the entities that are visible, all of the business process flows, all of the views, everything essentially that has to do with this particular app is determined by the app designer, is determined on the app with the app designer. So what we're trying to do is, even though we have a single implementation of Dynamics 365, we're trying to create an app that people from different roles can log in and have their own experience. And it's always interesting when you see implementations that have like 80 or 100 system views, because multiple people from multiple teams have different requirements. So what we do with apps is that we can create an app for every team, and they will only see the views that matter to them. Every app will have its own URL too, which is pretty awesome. So instead of creating an app from scratch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on New. And by the way, as we start this, obviously, let's start the countdown and let's go. So for the name, I'm just going to use default copy. And the reason why I'm creating a default copy is because I'm going to be basing my application out of the default solution, which contains everything. Now, obviously, if you're creating an application that is only for people on sales, you may want to start by copying the sales app, or if you're doing customer service, you can start from the customer service app. In my case, I'm going to be using the customs app that comes with Dynamics, which includes everything. So once you specify the name, you can add some description, you can change the image, and then pick which client will be used to access this app. I'm going to pick the web client for now, just because the default solution out of Dynamics is created for the web client. So I'm going to pick that. Now, obviously, if I was copying the sales app, which was created on the unified interface, then my copy would be on the unified interface. And as we move into the future, you want to start creating more unified interface apps rather than web apps, because it's been known that the web client will be deprecated in the future. So here's the trick. Before you click Done, what we want to do is click on Use Existing Solution to create the app. So now you notice that the button that said Done changes to Next. So now we click on Next, and we can click on the solution that we want to replicate, essentially, on our app. Obviously, like I mentioned, if you want a specific app, like project service or field service or something like that, you can go ahead and pick that. But in my case, I'm going to select, instead of sales and customer service, I'm going to select default. So I'm going to click on the default solution. Then it says select the sitemap, and you can go ahead and select what sitemap makes sense to you. In my case, you can just pick the regular sitemap that comes with the default solution, and you click on Done. And that's pretty much it. That will create a replica of your custom app that comes with Dynamics, where everything is added so you can start working with it. If you notice on the app designer, on your regular apps, that particular solution is not editable. But before I show you that, let me show you all of the components from the default solution are here. All of the component from that custom application that I'm going to show you in a second that cannot be edited is all here. You can see it on the left. All of the different entities going by it. Opportunities are there. Post rules, prices, priority, products, projects, everything from every single app is included as part of that custom solution. So everything is here and ready to go. All of the business processes, all of the charts, all of the views, everything is available. So I'm going to go ahead and click on save and close, and you can see your default copy is there on the apps being edited. Now, before the app is live, you have to publish it. So there's still some work to be done, and obviously you copied it because you wanted to not start from scratch. You wanted to copy the custom solution or the custom app and then start from there. But the reason why we create a replica of the custom app is because, as you can see, there is no opportunity for us to open the app designer and edit this app directly. Unlike, for example, the customer service app, which can be opened on the app designer, or the sales app can be opened up on the app designer, the custom app cannot. So that's why we create a copy, and that's today's tip. I hope you enjoyed it today, and we'll see you next week.